Hey folks, we have yet another graduation call today of one of my group coaching clients, Shilpa Menon, and it's been an incredible journey with her over the last 3 months, helping her build long-term sustainable health promoting behaviors and habits to help her lose weight sustainably. And here we are with Shilpa. Shilpa, congratulations, and it's been such an amazing journey with you.
Thank you. Thank you, dear.
So, Shilpa, if you can just take a couple of minutes to share a little bit about yourself and your profile, that would be great.
Yeah, so hi everybody. Um, I am a 47-year-old lady, and I have already started my perimenopause for the last 4 years now, and struggling with weight a lot for the last, especially in Corona time, I gained massive, and it had not come down. So that's one of the reasons I pursued this program. I'm an engineer by profession, and I run my own business, and I'm an author for 2 books I've written already. And yeah, so this year especially, I've been focusing a lot on myself and trying to lose weight properly this time, in the sense with the aim of making it a lifestyle change, not the yo-yo diets which make you lose a lot of weight and then there you go piling it up again 3 times more. So last to last year, I decided when I hit 45 that enough is enough, and I started making changes, and results did come, but they were not fine-tuned. So I was still not in the know-how technically, but I did whatever I could. Last year was a big game changer, and this year I said, let me now refine what I have learned. And yeah, so I'm here and finished the 3 months program whereby I have learned a lot, especially regarding eating habits, what I put in my mouth, and respecting myself. And what I should not do also, I have learned. So now if
Awesome.
I do those mistakes, I'm a fool, because they say you can do a mistake, but if you repeat it, you're a fool because you are knowledgeable then. So yeah, I think I now have the tools to ensure that in the future, from henceforth, I'll be extra careful and ensure that I will use whatever I've learned for reaching my goal. My goal is within the next 4 or 5 years at least. I want to lose weight slowly but steadily, in a in a way where I feel happy and not depriving myself at the same time. So it should be a journey which is well calculated, and I know what I have in the horizon. And then once I have reached that stage, I'm sure I will be already in a phase where it's become a lifestyle. There won't be a struggle from there on. So that's what I hope for.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shilpa, for sharing that.
Yeah.
You are in the perimenopausal phase, and perimenopause can really throw a curveball physiologically, mentally, emotionally. It just hits you like an avalanche that you don't even know what is going on. You don't identify with yourself. You don't know what to expect. There's very little awareness and knowledge out there. So I totally hear you about all of the changes that you noticed, and also about the different diet routes that you had taken in the past that
Mm.
actually probably gave you results in the short term, but did not
Yeah.
keep the weight off. So you piled on
Yes.
like 3 times more, right? Which is very,
Yes.
very common. When something doesn't become a habit or a lifestyle, you're given a diet chart to follow. Until you follow it, it works great. But then what if life happens or a setback happens or you travel
Yeah.
and you don't know how to now take care of your diet anymore, right?
Yes, that's
Whereas
because we
my
are following something blindly. But when we
exactly.
follow something with knowledge, you know what you're in. So you can repeat it on your own without having somebody else tell you and prompt you to do otherwise.
Absolutely. So, what did you find different about my program versus the diets that you had done before, Shilpa?
I think the very first I have to commend you on is not putting everything on the plate from the first day. By that, I mean, like, let's say you have a few aspects, okay? you did a layering technique. First was like, let's do the steps. Let's take movement. Let's work on it, build it. Once we were comfortable, you added the next learning, etc., etc. So what happens is that when somebody starts afresh and everything is given, okay, you have to do this. By the time the list is long, the person will be already down and say, how on earth will I do so much? So it's not overwhelming. It is tailored in a sense of the time the person is given some time to to accept that there is a change needed, adapt, adopt it, and implement it. Once the implementation is done and some practice is given, the next layer comes in. You're happy with, you've already developed one. Now you feel okay to take the second step without overwhelming yourself. So that layering technique I felt was very good.
Absolutely. The tiny habits, and also this is called habit stacking or skill stacking. So it's so important to not take everything on at the same time because, like you said, it's so overwhelming and you will just
Yes.
drop the ball on everything and not learn anything fruitfully in the end of the process.
Yeah.
Whereas
And
here you are
disheartening
given one
when
skill.
you don't do it.
Exactly. So you're given one skill, you practice it for a week, then we catch up, figure out what challenges you're going through, we troubleshoot it so that way we are making it into a solid habit, and then we pile on the next one. So this way, when you look back after 3 months, you'll be overwhelmed seeing, oh my God, I learn all of these skills, right? It
Yes.
makes it so much more simpler. It's a very gentle and something that is very client centric. It's not coach centric. I work with you personally, create a plan for you. Like the skill may be the same for everyone, but the actual practice may be very, very different, right? Like not everybody followed a certain diet plan. It was very individualized, customized for you. So movement was one thing. Other than this, like we did a lot of mindset coaching in our program, Shilpa. So how important was that? What do you think was very different about that?
I think we we are all educated people. From many sources, we do know that protein is important. We do know that dietary fibers and all those things are very important. But how to implement it is somehow a bit of a mystery, or we don't know, we overdo, we underdo. So when we reach, for example, what to put in your mouth and how much to portion and how to eat the food, that was also a lot of skills that I developed through your program, because I knew that protein was important, but how much? It is very important to know. So now I'm confident that even without a calorie tracker or not having those fancy things, I know by common sense that my protein should be this much, my veggies should be this much, my carbs should be this much, I should have a lot of water. Then, these things are now ingrained and I apply it. And second thing is the habits of eating. Taking time to chew, for example, pausing in between, gauging whether I am full or not. Should I go for extra or not? Am I satiated or not? All these questions I ask myself now. It's no longer a blind eating, like a abuse of food. It is now, I respect my body. I will not I will control what is going in because I respect my body better and I'm more informed to know what to put in. If I do mistakes, I will have to carry the burden because I knew. So this makes a huge difference because now you can't say, I didn't know. You knew what you're doing to your body. So if you are credible enough and to look yourself in the mirror and be accountable, you will know where you went wrong after all this knowledge. So it's more of a
Absolutely.
lifestyle change. So these small details add up, every drop counts. So be it movement, be it strength training, be it proteins extra, be it ensuring that we fill our stomachs with salads and proteins. All these small efforts, I think, are taking can take somebody to the right direction. It might be slow, steady, but results, I think, will come. People will notice more than yourself. Maybe people will start telling, are you doing something different? So these
That's the
kinds of
best
things
thing.
are already coming to me already now.
Nice. So, Shilpa, if I were to kind of reflect on what you just said, I mean, the knowledge was there already. It's not like this is common sense, like you said. Like,
Yes,
you should be eating healthy, we should have lots of vegetables and fruit and so much protein. All of that is there. But then there was this gap about doing them consistently. And also, how much is important for me? How much should I be taking? The portions. That was again something that was missing. So now you're saying you're equipped with that awareness and also with the awareness about with your body, you're more connected with your body, which is kind of fueling these choices in the right direction, right? So
yes,
it's not just awareness about the nutrition aspect and what portions you should be eating, but also you're connected with your body, which is helping you make these choices which are more informed, more in tune, and something that you know exactly, okay, this is how much I need. No matter what anybody tells you, you know yourself now confidently that, okay, this is what I need and I will be happy with these choices.
mm.
Right, Shilpa?
Yes,
Uh,
exactly.
so about the mindset coaching, Shilpa, what do you
Hmm.
think is very important? Like we debunked a lot of mindset
Yeah,
traps, the perfectionism mindset, all or nothing mindset,
yeah.
failure mindset. So
Mm.
how important do you think mindset coaching is important along with these physical skills?
I think if we have control of our mind, everything will fall in place. It is that important. It is so important. I cannot emphasize enough. I'll give you a few examples. Like, for example, if I'm feeling like something when I'm not hungry, it is again to my mind and my brain to decide whether I should allow myself to have it or not. So that pause is needed. The control will come. Of course, first few times we might slip away a little bit and eat. It's okay to binge at times, but we know that since we've binged, what can I do to counter it? So that's where the thinking has changed dramatically. For example, for the last 2 days, I could not do any movement. I was in an area where there was a long corridor, but my son was not well. I could have walked, but the mother inside me, told me no, I should be with my son because priorities are priorities. Having said that, I said, what can I do to ensure that, okay, I'm not able to do movement, I have to make peace with it. What can I do? Then I chose very simple, light food for those 2 days. Dinner was extremely light, so was lunch, and breakfast, I had a rich breakfast. My protein intake was high. I had my fruits. I didn't make any changes for my breakfast, but the dinner and the lunch were were changed with the intention to counter the fact that I had zilch movement that day. You know, so it's all about mindset. If I did not have that mindset, I would still not do my walking of 10,000 steps, plus eat like maybe bigger portions because I'm just sitting and watching TV while giving him company. So, what is different is the mindset. It is important to realize if
Absolutely.
you're not able to do one aspect of the be it strength movement or intake of food or eating habits, if you're faulted on one, how can you compensate in other places? So it's all about understanding where you stand and how best you can do without stressing yourself and without making yourself feel bad. Because at the end of the
Kudos
day,
to
we
you
should not
for
be
doing that.
miserable. We
Absolutely.
should
And
not be
kudos to you for
miserable at the
doing
end
that.
of the day. We should be happy doing this journey. It should be happy. It should not be like, I'm depriving myself. Oh no, I'm going beyond my limits to do my exercise. No, it should not be like that. It should be a happy journey.
Absolutely, totally
Yes.
hear you, Shilpa. And that is indeed a big change in the mindset. And like you said, a lot of women
Yes.
actually, when they are unable to do movement, they also don't do very well on their eating habits. They think that, okay, this is not going well,
Mm.
let me just now not take care of the rest of the things that I normally do also. right? But that's not how it should
Yeah.
be. If you're unable to do something, wearing the growth mindset hat, like, okay, now this is not happening. What can I do better
Hmm.
otherwise?
Hmm.
Right? So you are able to now, mindfully plate your meals, understand, okay,
Yes.
movement is not coming, so there is not a lot of energy expenditure, which means my body
Exactly.
is not going to need as much
That much
energy
food.
as needed on other days when I showed up for movement. So how can I do better? So
Hmm.
brilliant stuff, Shilpa. So operating with that flexible mindset, growth mindset, embracing imperfectionism. It's okay. Telling yourself, giving yourself okay to be, giving yourself permission to be imperfect. We're all imperfect. Not, no,
Yeah.
not a single day is going to be perfect. So even with
Yeah.
the imperfect day and the chaos around us, how can we show up for ourselves in little ways? It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be 100% consistency. Like
Yes.
it's so beautiful what you shared there, Shilpa. Like as a mom, you felt the need. You were torn between two things. One, your personal goals, and the second thing was being with your son. And you said, okay, you know what? At this juncture, being with my son is more important.
Yeah.
And you accepted
Hmm.
that giving up on your movement is okay on that day.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you are a failure. You
Yeah.
actually won as a mom,
Hmm.
right? And you also made better choices with your eating through the day. So it was a win-win for you, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that's
I agree.
that's what this is all about: being gentle, being kind and compassionate with yourself. So time and again, we were reiterating this through the length of the program, Shilpa, about how
Yes.
being kind with yourself, how being compassionate with yourself, working with your body is so important. How important
Yeah.
was that learning for you, Shilpa?
Very, very important it was, because that's how I've started mastering the talk with myself. Before making any action comes a decision. I questioned the decision first. Is it good? Is it bad? How can I change? How can I make it better? Is it okay if I don't do? So, all these questions are coming when we have an introspection and your self talk with yourself. It comes with practice. No one can build it overnight. It comes with also the drive, how much driven you are towards your goal. Because I have had the same scenario before, but why wasn't I able to do it before? It's because the drive was not there, and also that skill of self-talk was not there. Now I can say, okay, just have a little bit of that chocolate, but enough, okay? Don't go for more. That's self-talk to myself. I have the chocolate. Now I say, okay, happy now. You want a little bit more, take, but after that, stop. That's it. And I stop. So those little self-talks are helping a lot, because it helps me make healthier decisions, smarter decisions, which will be a step towards the goal.
Absolutely, Shilpa. Totally hear you. So, the pausing, I think that was one of the first skills that we took on during the course of the program,
Yes.
which is pausing to notice your self-talk and understand what is the mindset you're operating with at this point. And like you said, sometimes there is this inner child that is throwing tantrums, like wanting to binge eat something or eat something that is not really conducive for our goals in large quantities. And there is this inner parent also. So we said, hey, pause, notice what's going on, lift up that inner parent or that wise parent to tell your inner child to take it easy. Let's not go overboard here. Like use that kind of a voice and a tone to kind of make sure that better decisions are coming out of the pause. Again, like you said, pausing is not an easy skill, but it's definitely worth developing because it not just helps you with decisions relating to your food, but generally to lead your life because
Yeah.
we make so many thousands of decisions every day, right? And when you pause, you're with yourself, you're more mindful, and decisions not just relating to your food, but anything relating to your work or relationships or finance, we all need mindful decisions there as well. And
Yeah.
even emotional regulation. So tell me how your relationship with yourself and with the people around you changed as you started pausing and being with yourself even more.
I think I'm so much more in peace with myself. That is a very big win. I have accepted the way I am, and I know I want to be there. So there is a total understanding and acceptance that this is my current situation. I have done good. but I know I can do even better. So the acceptance is a big win. I'm not in a denial mode. I know there is hard work ahead, and hard work will be done in a pleasurable way. I am not wanting in if I want, I can lose 30 kilos in 2 months. It's no rocket science. There's so many diets you can do to do that. I don't want that. I want to change for a lifetime. I have already lived half of my life. Now it's very little time left. I want to ensure that the rest goes well. And that can only be done by better habits, better eating, clean eating. You know what I'm trying to say? Uh, it's something I want to do properly. I have accepted
Absolutely.
it.
I mean, it's in these daily decisions that your future lies in, right? Like the future outcome that you're looking for, definitely
Yeah.
depends on these tiny decisions that you're taking day to day. And for that, sporting the right kind of mindset, learning the skill of pausing, being with yourself, learning your self-talk, and overcoming the self-talk that is limiting you from making that change is super
Hmm.
important, right?
Yes.
So now let's get into the actual skill sets that you learned,
Hmm.
Shilpa. First thing was movement, right?
Yeah.
So movement consistency. How do you think this has helped you in terms of your flexibility, mobility, strength, body composition, energy?
Okay. So if I take movement as in number of steps, you mean, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have been quite consistent. So that itself is a big win. How it has impacted me, I do feel so motivated to do more. Like I'm not shying away from it. I look forward to my walks, which is another big win. So the drive is there. I think that's got to do with the third benefit. I feel full of energy. I feel lighter. And as I told you, my thighs, I can see a huge difference. I used to have thunder thighs, literally. So that have come down quite a bit, especially on my hips also, I can see a huge difference. So the benefits I'm reaping, I've started reaping the benefits. Energy level are high, and I feel happy because it's my me time. I will take a phone, talk to my mother, or do something or do nothing and just walk. So it's a time when I'm
Nice.
totally disconnected from my troubles, from my worries, from my bed. It's my me time.
Awesome. So it's helping you with your mental health, improving your activity. You're feeling more active. You're no longer thinking twice to get up from your couch to move. You're starting to
Yeah.
see body composition changes. Your energy is better,
Yes.
and you're feeling lighter. How was your sleep?
Sleep, 2 weeks back, it had improved a lot. But again, it's little bit shaky, but I do know it's the hormones playing. So I'm okay with it. I just, if ever like I'm not completed my 6 hours minimum, I take a power nap in the afternoon just to ensure that, okay, I've got some rest. So
Awesome.
the thing is, I've learned to cope now. If I'm not getting my sleep enough, I get groggy. So I said, like, okay, what can I do? Just have a power nap. 15, 20 minutes is makes you fresh actually when you wake up. But I don't tend to overdo it because in the afternoons when I sleep for too long, then I feel very tired and exhausted for some odd reason.
Yeah, it's a
I
vicious
keep it
cycle.
maximum, I keep it for 20 minutes, 20 to 30. I would not overdo. So I put an alarm or I ask somebody to wake me up.
Awesome. So the next skills that we took on were nutritional skills and meal plating skills. How
Hmm.
important were these, Shilpa? And how did they, what kind of an impact did it create in your business?
Oh, I have learned it now that we are what we eat. I have been hearing it for the last 3, 4 decades. I totally understand it now because no matter how much you move, no matter how much you do exercise, which I'm not discounting their benefits, okay? But we are what we eat. So if we know that what we eat, we should be careful about what we are putting in our mouth. Hence, we should know what are the good foods, what are the foods we should avoid. There are no bad foods, but We should know the quantity. We should know what food is going in and how to eat it properly.
So, because of the meal plating skills and eating nourishing foods, Shilpa, what impact, what progress do you notice? Skin, hair, again, body composition, your gut health, energy?
My gut health is much better. The skin is glowing. Pigmentation is in the drawers. So many people are coming to me and say there's a huge difference on my skin. What
Nice.
cream are you using? Excuse me, cream. Okay, literally. So
It's
I
what you
do
put in
tell
your mouth.
yes. So I'm a person who takes care of my skin religiously. Okay, but the pigmentation was never fixed with these skincare routines. It's got more to do with my diet. I'm 100% sure of that. It's because I am not overdoing and abusing those oily foods anymore. I'm not putting the greasy, bad type of fats in my mouth. And if it is going, it's not excessive. It's a controlled, just satisfying my palate type of food quantity.
Nice. So gut health has improved, skin has improved. Tell me about the intuitive eating skills where the last set of skills that we took on, which is a triad basically, triad of skills. Number one
Mhm.
is pausing to notice how hungry you are. Second thing is to slow down your eating and be a lot
Yes.
more mindful. Third
Drink
one
water in
is
between.
stopping when you are feeling
Mm.
satisfied. These were the
Yes.
three skills. So
There was
how
one
did it help
more.
you?
There was one more is once I'm chewing my hands down. Keep my hands
Correct.
down. Ensure you finish swallowing, then go for the second spoon. Yeah.
How did it help you understand the portions that you need for yourself, Shilpa?
Oh, because you have time to gauge. Because if, like previously, a few years back, let's rewind, I would just gobble down. I would just gobble down like mindlessly and oblivious to how my stomach is feeling. And then after eating, you feel like you're in a food coma. You can't do anything, but it's too late. Whereas when we pause, we are giving ourselves a chance to gauge. And I feel it's something everybody should do. We lose these habits somewhere because we become so busy in life. So reinstilling these things are so important, very, very important.
So, how did it help you improve your body composition? You would think, Shilpa, because
I
you
think
said before you were
it's got a direct impact on the digestion. It's controlling the portions. It's enjoying what you're eating. Whatever we put in our body positively will give positive effects. If we do not enjoy things while eating, trust me, it's garbage in, garbage out, go. But if we put things positively, positive energy is going in, it will do the right thing to your body.
absolutely. And Shilpa, not to mention, even in these 3 months, you had probably a couple of eat outs, you were out on travel, you attended a wedding.
Yes.
How do you think these skills helped you there, Shilpa?
Oh, immensely, because I was equipped to make better decisions. So even if I was traveling, there was a buffet available while I was in the flights, when I was at the lounges. But no, I stuck to what I wanted and not got carried away by the variety of gazillion of options. I just stuck to my protein. I had my yogurt, I had my fruit, and I had my boiled eggs.
Hmm. Nice. So with
That's it.
what was available, you were able to make better choices,
Yes.
and I think tell everyone the story of how you came back home and what was the
Oh,
result of your
yes.
weight.
Yeah.
That's a
So
huge win.
it was a huge, I was like literally shocked because there was no weighing scale. I did see once, but I didn't go on it when I was on vacation for 3 weeks. So previously, when never had gone on a vacation, vacation for me used to be eat, eat as much, pump as much, because as if food would be limited after that. I don't know for what odd reason. But this time, and when I would get back, I would almost faint, seeing at least a minimum of 4 to 8 kilos gain. I'm not joking. It is real what I'm saying. I would gain 4 to 5 kilos, or even I've seen up to 8 kilos. This time I went And I couldn't do my 10,000 steps every day. I was on an average of 4,000 to 5,000 only per day. I lost 800 grams. I
Nice.
lost. I did not gain. See, I was not
Unheard
wanting
of.
to lose more. But what happened is I did not gain. It was a wow moment for me. Wow
Incredible,
moment.
Shilpa, and that's only because of your commitment to these skills and staying consistent. So even when you couldn't move, you focused on your eating habits better. You were
Yes.
equipped with these skills to understand what portions you should be eating, and given the choices that are available, how can I plate my meals better? I think these two
Yeah.
were really crucial skills
These
that you
two were
excelled.
most helpful because, for example, there were, I told you last time, every day there was tandoor. There was a person for tandoor. So I would have my
Live
grilled
counter.
chicken. I would have
Nice.
my grilled chicken and be happy with it. And it was so flavorsome, not loaded with calories. And I had some salad and a little bit of roti and dal. So that's it. But I filled my stomach with protein and salad, fiber.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Brilliant work, Shilpa, and I'm incredibly proud of the progress that you have shown, and most importantly, the enthusiasm and the energy and the commitment that I saw every single day, Shilpa. You really rocked it. And
Thank you, dear. Thank you
it's
to you
really
for all your
such a
coaching and
pleasure.
and you know um, pushing us for doing better. That is very important. It is underrated. Support is everything. I can be a positive person, but
Absolutely.
if I have the wrong company, the unsupportive behavior around me in family, my efforts can go to the drain. So I'm blessed to have had your coaching, to have a very supportive family. Yeah, so I think it worked in my favor.
Nice. So, Shilpa, I would like to ask you to share a message for the women who are watching this video, who are hesitant to invest in themselves, in self-care, and not taking care of themselves or reaching out to a coach. So, based on what you have gone through in the last 3 months, what would you tell them, Shilpa?
I think the number one is to know where you stand. A self evaluation is extremely important. Understand how far are you from the healthy you want. Accepting it and understanding there is need for a change will be your driving force. If you're not bothered about how deviated you are from a normal situation, you will never have the drive. But if you are concerned and if you really want to change, that will fuel your drive and it will ensure that you're in the right direction. So it is extremely important to introspect, accept how you are and where you are. Now is I have to take action. What does it comprise of? What should I do? I know where I want to be. How should I do it? How much time am I giving to myself? Be smart. By smart, I mean be specific, measurable. It should be achievable. It should be a realistic and it should be time bound. Don't expect to lose 50 kilos over 3 months or 5 months. It's not going to lead anywhere. So be gentle on yourself, especially if you're in a perimenopause stage. Think well. If you don't know answers to these, consult doctors and show to know what would be the best scenario of yourself and how much time you're giving yourself to do it. Once you've set that as a goal, now I need to get into it. That's where these skills will help you. And that can come only when you're in a good environment, you're getting the tools and implement them. And results
Such
will
a
start showing.
Thank you for that, Shilpa. One more thing that I want to ask you is a lot of women hesitate to take help. They may know where they want to be, they understand this is the gap that they need to fill, but they hesitate to reach out for help or hire a coach. What would you tell them?
Prioritize, prioritize, prioritize yourself. If especially, see, we are women, we have estrogen heavy in us when we are young. And that is why we are nurturing. When we nurture, we put ourselves in the last because we want everybody to thrive. So we keep ourselves last. And no wonder when we reach 40, our progesterones take over. We start seeing things clearly. That doesn't mean when you're in 30s, you should not take care of your health. What I'm trying to say is be, be, be in the know-how that you should ask for help if you need to. Don't worry about what people will think of you, because trust me, people that will always keep talking. You are thin, they will say you're not eating enough. You're fat, you eat too much. There'll always be a criticism. So evaluate now. Do I stop listening to these bogus comments? Continue in this way? Or now should I start listening to myself? And trust me, the more you will give hoots to what people think, you are in a better position. I'm excluding a good criticism, I'm excluding advices coming from elderly people. You understand what I'm saying? The bad influential comments should be drained from the site itself. Don't entertain them. They are not worth it. Don't even glance back. Some people will get scared to do things just because what others will think. Trust me, it's not worth it. Not even worth it, because they will forget
Absolutely.
after 10 days. But what you have lost,
Absolutely.
you cannot regain. Time is very precious. Time is a ticking bomb.
Prioritizing.
I might be
Yeah,
talking to you today, but I might not be existing tomorrow. We have very limited time. We should not lose it.
absolutely. Thank you so much for these golden words of wisdom, Shilpa. Really appreciate. And drawing boundaries, prioritizing oneself, learning to juggle our priorities, super important skill for all women, not just in the 40 plus, but generally for all women. The sooner you learn, the better for you as you age.
Yeah.
Right. So thank you for that. Just one last question. What did you feel were the best moments about me as your coach, Shilpa, through this coaching journey?
I think when I was really struggling to do my workouts, I know that strength training is so important because you lose more fat than when you do cardio. So there is no rocket science, but I was not going back to it. So your advice of Shilpa, you know you can't do it, but can you do it at least once? I was like, of course I can do it once. And I scheduled it. And now I've reached 2 times a week. So
Nice.
this push and this outer voice telling you, reminding you in the right direction is very appreciated.
Thank you so much, Shilpa. Really appreciate it. It's been a wonderful journey, and I wish you the best. And I
Same
know
here.
with the kind of skills that you have learned and this kind of drive and mindset, you're going to like really achieve the greatest of heights, Shilpa, in your journey. And I can already see it. So
Thank you, dear.
you're gonna do it. I totally have the confidence and best wishes, Shilpa.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
take leave if that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.